I say that, how many of you kind of think alcohol when you think party? Yeah, I thought so. College alcohol abuse is one of the biggest problems that high-level education faces in the modern world. I should know, I've seen friends and families lose loved ones left and right due to stupid things like, hey, check this out, dude, and get hit by a car. Plus, I've also seen what can happen from someone who has become alcohol abusive. The college way of life is drastically affected by the large amount of students dealing with alcohol-related problems. I hope to inform you about two things. First, what alcohol abuse is, and second, the amount of people it affects and how it affects them. Let's address the first problem. There are two types of alcohol abuse. First is the actual alcohol abuse. The second is called alcohol dependence. So let's start talking about alcohol abuse. To be diagnosed with alcohol abuse, a person must meet one out of the four criteria from the Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders run by the Department of Health. Some examples the DSM provides is that binge drinking, which is just going dry for a while and then drinking in large amounts, or having at least 3 heavy drinking episodes every 2 weeks, just to name a few. Alcohol dependence is similar to alcohol abuse in that you have to meet certain DSM criteria. But AD is more severe, so you have to meet 3 out of 7 criteria. According to Dr. John Knight of the Harvard Medical Institution, alcohol dependence might mean that someone feels, I can't live through the day without a beer, or something of that sort. Now let's talk about how many it affects and how it affects them. The Harvard Medical Institution actually took a survey out involving about 14,000 college students. According to the medical study, around 31% of the participants, say, I don't know, just a college student who goes out and parties too much, are alcohol abusive, and this affects them by, they stay out too late, so they don't go to class, their grades drop, they suffer from fights with ones they care about, so on and so forth. Second, even though only 883 of the participants were diagnosed with alcohol dependence, and this may be a small fraction of the overall score, it is still very important that we think about this because alcohol dependence people are the ones we call alcoholics, which are the ones that typically lead to drunk driving and other alcohol-related violence such as domestic violence. Now that we've talked about this, let's just wrap it up quick. When people take a step too far from just having fun and hanging out with friends, that's when people get hurt or develop abusive tendencies. So one must remember that even though we are in college, this still can become a very big problem for us. Remember that there are different ways you become abusive and there are different ways that it can affect you. So you can go out and party hard, but just don't take it too far.